Hello everyone and welcome to episode 20 of Talk of the Town. Can't believe we've hit the big 2-0. I'm on my own this week, but we're finally back at home after a very long week of travelling. First of all, the Reds travelled to Carlisle before taking on Stevenage on Tuesday night. Let's see how we got on. The result might not have gone our way on Tuesday night, but we did get some good news later on in the week. We're delighted to announce that Glenn Morris has signed a new one-year deal with the club, keeping him here at the People's Pension Stadium for another year. Such an important deal to get over the line. Morris is worth so many points this season. I was really happy to sit down with Glenn yesterday and talk all about his new deal. Hope you enjoy. Glenn, thanks for joining us and congratulations, a new deal. How good does that feel?
That feels really good. Yeah, no, thank you. Obviously, it's happened quite quickly. The club spoke to me and said about getting it done, and I couldn't wait to get on board for another year.
And obviously, another year. Do you think, when you think back to when you signed for the club, obviously you signed. Obviously, a lot of people will know you signed as a coach. Did you ever think that you'd be, however many years later, that you'd be in this position, still signing new contracts, or?
Nah, not at all. I mean, this is the 6th season, is it, since then? So
yeah.
Going into a 7th season. I've got to be honest. I thought I was coming to the end before I joined here. So then this has just kicked me on again, and it was the best decision of my life so far. Coming here as the third choice and a goalie coach has turned into something special. So yeah, really pleased.
Yeah, obviously you said you felt like you were coming to an end, but if anything, it seems that you're getting better with age. You just seem to be improving season on season. Do you feel like you're anywhere near the end yet, or do you feel like you've still got so many years left to give?
I honestly don't know. I think it's one of them, like, when I'm, hopefully still being able to perform, then, why, put boundaries on it. But, that there's obviously going to be a time where it's going to have to be, that's it. But at the minute, I feel like I'm still performing and helping the team out. So, if I'm doing that, then just keep it going.
Yeah, touching on team, obviously we did lose at Stevenage on Tuesday, but we've been on a really good run of form. What do you think the team can achieve this season?
Anything they want. We want. We've got it in us. We definitely in the squad is. We've got belief, and we have got some really really good special players and a team unit at the minute, and that run just showed it. So hopefully this is just a little setback, and we can kick on again. And who knows what we can do. You just want to be looking further up the table rather than over your shoulder. And if we're doing that, then we're doing okay.
Yeah, and obviously you mentioned it's been so many years since you've been here. You've had a lot of achievements. We've had great cup runs. But if you could pick one moment from your time at Crawley so far, what do you think that would be?
The Leeds game was very very special, obviously. But it's been lots of good moments. There's lots of away trips. The 1-0 wins away from home. At Bolton, I really enjoyed that game. They're always special. But yeah, there was a couple of cup games that we've had here have been good with the sellout crowds. I didn't even play in them, but they was just good to be at the club at the time. But yeah, all special moments. Just enjoyed every minute. I think the fans have always been really good to me here, and this is where I felt most at home, and I think that's helped me perform to how I can. Over the years, I think sometimes things affect you, on and off the pitch. But here, I just felt settled, and I was ready to just play my football and crack on. Obviously,
since you've been here, you've hit your 500 career appearances. I can imagine that was a special feeling. Obviously, playing Sutton here as well. You were with the man that brought you here as well. I can imagine that just felt great.
Yeah, it was just one of those. It's ironic, really. That was, Matt Gray was the one who called me up to say to come here as, third choice and goalie coach, and he was the manager of the team when it was the 500th game. Couldn't make it up, but yeah, really enjoyed it. It was, it was a good day, but it's just a milestone. You want to just, you forget about it once the game's gone, and you play the game and you move on.
You've worked with plenty of goalkeepers since you've been here. Obviously, Blondie's left this season, but we've just brought Taylor in. How's it been working with him so far this season?
Taylor, yeah, brilliant. He's he's come in. He's a breath of fresh air. Really, he's really excitable lad, and he wants to work. He wants to, really enthusiastic. Wants to crack on, and I've enjoyed it. And he's he's done really well. He's obviously been playing non-league locally and built up a little bit of a reputation. So it's good to have that come in here to to see how he's going to develop, and you never know. He can really kick on.
Yeah, we tend to ask all players this, but obviously because of the COVID, last season we didn't have fans. How much of a boost have they given the players this season? Like yourself, obviously you've got your own chant and everything. How good is it just to hear that again?
Yeah, it's really good. Last season there was times when you're playing and you're winning games, and like the Leeds game when there was no fans there to see that. You're coming off and just shaking hands. It's just a bit empty for that bit. But yeah, having the fans back has been brilliant. hopefully we can get a little run going at home where we can, get some wins going and build up a bit of, a bit more of an atmosphere here. Not that there isn't needed, but you know what I mean. Get it going, but like a fortress, and we can kick on.
Glenn, congratulations on your new deal. We're all delighted that you're staying.
Cheers, thank you.
Secure our defense, secure your home.
I'm protecting our goal. You should protect your home with Secure 15 Innovation, Fire and Security.
Yep, a good chat with Glenn there as he speaks about his new one-year deal with the club. On Thursday, I spoke to Tom Nichols for the press conference, which you can check out over on our YouTube channel. And afterwards, we reached out to you, the fans, and you sent him some weird and wacky questions for Tom to answer. Let's check it out. Tom, thanks for joining us. We've reached out to the fans and we've got some, as always, weird and wacky questions.
Yeah.
Start with a fairly easy one. Your favourite Crawley goal?
Favourite Crawley goal? Torquay away header was a nice one. Maybe the other night.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I don't score many like that really. Yeah, probably one of those two I'd say.
Yeah.
Go for that one.
You've got a few good choices in there, to be fair. Sort of similar question. First, it's two parts. First of all, your favourite moment at Crawley?
The game, the Torquay game.
The
for
Torquay
sure,
game.
6-5,
Tops the Leeds game?
Yeah.
Well,
I've been asked that question before, mainly because selfishly, personally, I did better in the
hat-trick, yeah.
Yeah, hat trick and
2 assists.
Set up a couple of goals.
Yeah.
On a personal level, that game couldn't really have gone any better. The Leeds game was great. I loved that. I won't ever forget that. But I'd say personally, Torquay game.
Second part of that question, just your favourite moment in your career in general. So it can be outside of Crawley. Scoring at Stamford Bridge, scoring against Liverpool.
I'd probably say the goal against Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably say, when I think of my greatest moments in the game, that one always pops up first. So yeah, I'd say the Liverpool goal.
What are your favourite pair of football boots you've ever owned? It's a tough question.
I used to really like the F50s back in the day. I've bought some recently, they just don't feel the same anymore. I don't know if they make them a bit differently, but I'd say the F50s. I had the black and with the yellow stripes because in the youth team we used to have black boots. So yeah, I'd say old school F50s.
We've had this conversation before where I've seen you at training ground choosing, was it speed or culture?
Yeah. It depends how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling a bit sluggish, I'll go for culture and make the boots nice and comfy. But if I'm feeling fast that morning, I'll stick some vapors on.
What's the objective for Crawley in the mid to long term, do you think?
Reach the playoffs, for sure, yeah.
Favourite chant, if you have one? Obviously you've got a couple this season.
The Super Tom one, I like that one.
Yeah,
I do like that one because that was my first ever chant as well when I was at Exeter, so it brings back good memories. And yeah, I'm enjoying my time here as well. So yeah, good memories of that chant.
How do you keep your hair that lovely? Is it the shampoo? If so, what do you use?
Well, the hairband usually helps, to be honest. I just have a wash, mate, really. Yeah, just have a wash.
General hygiene.
It just goes back like that.
Who was your biggest role model growing up?
Biggest role model? Well, I used to really love Kevin Phillips when I was younger.
That's a rogue shout. I like that.
Being a Sunderland fan, Kevin Phillips was the guy back then, so I would go for him. And I used to be really small when I was little, so I used to think I was like him. Obviously now I'm 6'1" and stuff, so gone away from that now. But yeah, I'd say Kevin Phillips.
You'll probably be able to guess who this is from, but is Vu going to the moon?
Yes, it is. Jump on it.
So for anyone who doesn't know, do you mind just explaining that?
I'm not going to explain it in too much detail, but just DM me for info. If you want to jump on the spaceship to the moon, Vuvu's the way forward.
Fair enough. Which team would be your dream team to play up against away from home?
Up against?
I'm going to extend this to world, say where you reach the Champions League one day. Anyone?
I'd probably go Barca or Real Madrid then.
Yep.
Nou Camp or Bernabeu. I think the Bernabeu, you know. Although then you'd be against Messi. I'm going to go to Bernabeu. Real Madrid away. Yeah.
Fair enough. Is that classic Real Madrid, or is that like even just now?
Nah, classic.
Classic like Ronaldo, Barcelona. Yeah. Oh, even further back. Yeah. Fair enough. Do you play FIFA? If so, do you play with Crawley? If so, do you play yourself?
Can't play FIFA. Get too annoyed. It's the only game. Like I do game a little bit. It just makes me rage, and I end up sitting there thinking like, what am I doing in my life? Like I'm just physically, it's ruining my afternoon playing FIFA. So I banned myself from playing FIFA due to anger issues.
Fair enough. Sort of covered this one already, but how did it feel to win 6-5 away against Torquay and score the hat trick?
Yeah, it was a great feeling. One that I may or may not feel again, being a 6-5 game and the way the game was. I probably never will play in a game like that with the injury time and stuff. So yeah, it was a surreal game and one I won't forget.
I think you're the only player we've spoke to, and it's quite natural having got a hat-trick and 2 assists, that actually enjoyed playing in that game. Everybody else, including the gaffer, hated it. Just so much like sort of up and down. You never know where you are. You don't know what minute you're in. I mean, sitting there trying to write the match report, and it was impossible because it was like, what minute are you in? I don't know, 115?
Yeah.
Like, you seem to be the only one that enjoyed it.
I absolutely loved that game. Like I said, didn't know what the time was, didn't know what was going on. Just knew I was getting loads of the football, getting loads of chances, and just managed to take 3 of them. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. And if I could play a game like that every week, I would love it.
See if you can guess who this is from, but who inspires you the most in life?
Is that from a family member?
It is, yeah.
Is that from a brother?
No, it's from your sister.
Is it from a sister?
Yeah.
Who inspires me the most?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm presuming she wants you to say her.
Well, she's a very, very strong woman, I'll give her that. And the way she's dealt with things, yeah. But I don't really know, to be honest. She inspires me the most. She'd be up there, yeah, for sure. Like I said, the way she's dealt with certain things recently. Yeah, we'll move on pretty quickly if I get emotional. But yeah.
It's just a good job you didn't say your brother. I can imagine she'd get very annoyed with that. Worst music taste in the dressing room?
Oh. Well, to be fair to Paul, he's picked it up because I would have said him recently. Because he's the DJ and he went for a stage where his tunes were rubbish. Like we were going out to some song that would bore the life out of me and I'd tell him to change it every time and we didn't. And then luckily, not luckily at all, but we lost a few in a row and then
There's an excuse
changed,
to change
and
it.
now he's picked it up. So, but other than that, I don't really hear anyone else's music because he's the DJ. He's always been the DJ. So, Paulie, you.
Family member again. Who's better looking, him or his brother?
I'm gonna have to say myself on that one because he's got blockhead.
Blockhead, oh, it's harsh.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to say me on that one.
Where do you want your statue?
You can put it wherever, mate.
Smack bang in the middle of the car park.
Wherever.
A few people know this, a few people won't. What team do or did you support?
Sunderland. Not so much anymore. Well, not at all really. Just a neutral fan now. But yeah, growing up, I used to support them. I had the shirt because my dad and my family members, my northern family members, are all Sunderland season ticket holders. So, but yeah, no one anymore.
How good did it feel to become captain for the club the first time this season? Obviously, putting on the armband.
It was really proud actually. Obviously, it was just stand-in terms whilst George and Tony weren't playing. I'd never been captain before, so yeah, it was a nice feeling. A proud one for me, and I haven't lost the game as captain yet. So probably the best third choice captain in the history of football.
This one is from somebody at the club. I won't tell you who. But who's the best finisher at the club? Followed by the eye emojis.
Oh, is that best finisher at the club?
It's probably not from who you think. I was surprised when I saw the name on this.
Right. Best finisher at the club. Are we talking in a game or if we did a shooting drill?
They haven't specified, so I reckon just general shooting. Take the both of those together.
That's quite a tricky one.
If you go one-on-one, where someone's through one-on-one, who'd you back to put it in the back of the net from what you've seen?
God, I don't
I suppose that's the only way you can define finishing, really. See, I'd say you, but you probably don't want to say yourself because
Yeah, I'd probably say me. But if I were to put someone through on goal, 1-on-1. Oh, Quezzy.
Quezzy.
I'd put Quezzy. If I put Quezzy in near the goal with the ball, I would expect him to score.
You fancy
so
it?
Yeah.
I can remember it was George Frankham that asked that
Was
question.
it? Yeah.
So,
Was he hoping I was going to say him?
I don't know.
Yeah, I left it too long there. It was definitely Quezzy. Yeah, I'll put Quezzy on.
Fair enough. That's just wrapped up even more.
With his head, for sure.
Another player question. So they're very reliable on these. Who's the best and worst player at Warzone?
Oh, okay. Best, without shadow, is me. For sure.
Are they going to get angry when they hear this?
Yes. The worst is Jordan Tunnicliffe is absolutely horrendous. We call him the medic. I don't even know what he sees when he plays the game. The best is actually... I've heard Tilly's the best. I don't play with Tilly. He's got his own mates, so obviously he's got a few Premier League football friends, so he just plays with them, yeah. But I'd go Ashford, but Nadders is very close second.
It was Nadders that asked the question.
Was it? Yeah,
so,
they're very close, but I've seen Ashford do some crazy stuff, and also Nadders, but I'd go Ashford.
Last question. What kits do you prefer, this season or last season?
I'd say this season. Yeah, for sure this one. I really like the home shirt, and I like the blue one as well. Although I did like the white one.
The white with the blue?
Yeah.
The third kit last year, that was our away kit from 2 seasons ago.
Yeah,
Good
but
kit.
I'd say this one for sure.
Cool. Tom, thanks for joining us. It's been weird and wonderful, but as always.
Pleasure.
Yep, a very fun and interesting chat with Tom Nichols there as he answered some of your questions that are always weird and wonderful. If you remember, we spoke to Sam Matthews last week. The rest of his exclusive interview will be available either Sunday or Monday after the game tomorrow. Make sure you're here tomorrow. We've had some really good ticket sales this week. We're expecting just over 2,000, if not a bit more. So if you haven't got tickets already, make sure you buy them online or come down on the day and support the Reds. It's going to be a great day. I suppose you won't remember here last year because it was behind closed doors. We had a very, very good game against Tranmere. Charlie Palefoot's put together the best bits from our 4-0 win last year. Let's check it out. Thanks for tuning in to Talk of the Town. We hope to see as many of you here tomorrow as possible, and there's only one thing left to say. Come on, you Reds.